Hello everyone. In our video today we will be learning about comparing numbers. Please make sure you write this title at the top of your page. So before we get started, to help us organize our notes a little bit better, we're going to be dividing our paper into 4 sections like you see here on the screen. The first line, and I'll be showing it to you, should be made right here, right across where the middle hole on your paper is, to cut the paper in half. Then next you're going to make another line to cut the top part in half and a third line to cut the bottom part in half. So you should have 1, 2, 3, 4 sections. Okay? You don't need to number them like I did. That's just to show you how many you should have. Alrighty. So in our first section up at the very top, you're going to write what I have on my screen right now. Okay? So to compare numbers, we use different symbols. Comparing just means figuring out which number is greater or which number is less. So we have 3 symbols that we're going to be using to help us decide and compare the numbers. We have this symbol, which means less than. We have this symbol, which means greater than. And we have this symbol, which means equal to. So the easiest way to remember, I always remember by looking at the little points on our symbols. This side only has 1 point and it's tiny, and this side is the big open side. The tiny side always goes to the smaller number. The large open side always goes to the bigger number. Since the smaller side comes first, we call it the less than sign. This one, the bigger side, comes first, so we call it the greater than sign. You need to make sure that you have this written on the first section. Your paper should now look like this. We have our title and we have the 3 symbols that we're going to be using. In our next section, we're going to be practicing comparing numbers. So now everything I write on this screen should go on your second section of your paper. So here we're going to practice comparing 2 numbers that have 4 digits. So first I'm going to write the number 3,628, and I'm going to write the number 3,286. In the middle I'm going to put a blank box because that's where we're going to have to decide what symbol should go in between. So since I'm talking about comparing, the first thing I need to do is put my numbers into a place value chart. So like always, I start with the ones, then the tens, then the hundreds, then the 1000s. And I don't forget my comma to separate the thousands period from the ones period. Do the same thing to my other number. Ones, tens, hundreds, 1000s, and my comma. Don't forget that at any time during the video, if you need more time to write, just press pause and then press play again whenever you're ready to start up. Okay, so now I have both of my numbers in my place value chart, and I can see that they both have 4 digits. So what I need to do now is start comparing at the very beginning of the number, the largest place value. Here my largest place value is the 1000s period. So I can see that in this number, I have a 3 in the 1000s period. I'm sorry, in the 1000s place. And in the other number, I also have a 3. Since they're both the same number, I can't decide yet whether one is greater or one is less because they're the exact same number. So I'm going to cross this out and I'm going to go to my next place value. My next place value is the hundreds. Here I have a 6. Here I have a 2. Now I can compare. I can tell here that the 6 is greater than the 2. Therefore, I'm going to use the symbol that represents greater than, because 3,628 is greater than 3,286. So make sure everything I have on the screen you've written on your notes in the second box. Your notes should look like this now. Okay, now we're going to go on to our third box. Since I've already done a 4-digit number, now I'm going to do a 5-digit number. Well, 2 5-digit numbers that I'm going to compare. I'm going to start with 86,547 and 86,552. Again, I'm going to put my blank box in the middle so I can decide which one is greater, which one is less. Just like before, I need to make myself a place value chart for my numbers. Ones, tens, hundreds, 1,000s, my comma, and the 10,000s. Same thing for this number. Ones, tens, hundreds, 1,000s, 10,000s, and my comma. Alright, now I'm ready to start comparing. Both of my numbers go to the same place value. Both of them go up to the 10,000s, and so that's where I'm going to start. I have an 8 here in the 10,000s and an 8 here in the 10,000s. Since they're the same, I can't compare. I go to the next place value. The 1,000s, I have a 6 here and a 6 here. I still can't compare because they're the same. So then I go to my next place value, the hundreds. I have a 5 here and a 5 here. They're still the same. I'm still not going to be able to compare. I go to my tens. Here I have a 4. Here I have a 5. Now I can tell that the 4 is less than the 5. So I'm going to use my less than symbol. If I read this, this says that 86,547 is less than 86,552. Make sure that you're making those place value charts. So now your notes should look like this. We should have one section left in our paper. Alrighty, so here I'm going to use another 5-digit number. 25,910. Put my blank box and write my other number. Alrighty, so first thing we have to do again, place value chart. Always, 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 always. Alright, we have our ones, our tens, our hundreds, our 1,000s, our comma, and our 10,000s. Now for the other number, ones, tens, hundreds, 1,000s, 10,000s, my comma. Alrighty, so both of my numbers go up to the same place value, the 10,000s. That's where I'm going to start. Oops, wrong color. Alright, right here. I have a 2 and a 2. Same number, can't compare. 1,000th place, I have a 5 and I have a 5. They're the same number, so I can't compare. The hundreds place, I have a 9 and another 9, and still the same, I cannot compare. Tens, I have a 1 and I have a 1. Same number, I can't compare. Then we go to the ones, I have a 0 and a 0. They're the same number, I can't compare. So all of them were the same. That means they are equal. And the symbol that goes in the middle is my equal sign. That tells me that 25,910 is equal to 25,910. Alrighty, so that was comparing. Your notes at the end should look like mine. Your title, and then each of our 4 sections showing all our work and showing our phrase at the bottom. Our comparison phrase using our symbols and the correct words. So make sure you have everything nice and neat and ready to go. Bye.